Okay. So now we're going to hold it by the holes. Whatever they were, we'll make it round from that. Locked it. One-way stronghold shut. Apparently this one was made first, and these guys sued these guys, and they fought for years, and they had an out-of-court settlement. They're quite similar, only this is open. I think I'll need it. I might not have. It didn't hurt. So I turn this down. This is the top. I always just take the bottom and face it again. I imagine today it will need it. So, oh, this little taper, you can get these at Woodchuckers. This comes from Penn State Industries. It goes inside, it'll do 1 1/8 hole, but it won't do that end. And then they have a bigger one that will do that end. And they don't make them for pepper mills. They make this is their #1 Morse taper live center, and this is their #2 Morse taper live center. So this one I bought an adapter to adapt it from 1 to 2. I had a general one, a real general one. It was made in Canada, and it had a taper, and it worked for both ends. But you see I'm getting a groove in it here? From sanding pepper mills, I wore it out. So we'll put this in here. You don't have that, you can take a regular taper and turn a hardwood cone that fits over the whatever you got, the end. If you're just making 1 pepper mill or 2. If you're going to go into it like I did, well then a steel one is better. Like I'm using a lot of stuff here that you don't have to have. You can put this in a chuck for holding the mill now by the hole too, and then push against it with a tailstock. So you make a wooden cone on this end, put this in a chuck and hold it on there, and then you can turn it. But that won't work on this one tonight because it was all over the place. It's where if you drill it, do it nice. But whatever thing you make, you can make this thing to fit it. So all I'm going to do is do a little cleanup cut on there. And I'll round it off a bit too. Too many scratches on the map. Just take a little bit off. Slightly convex. So that end's done. Put the big taper in because we're going to turn it around and use the big hole here. We're going in the 1 1/16 hole. Expand it. it's all nice and square on here. Now, get the story stick out. And this is how long the pepper mill is going to be. I'm going to turn that down there a bit first and then mark it again. Or you can shut it off. It all depends. So I'm going to cut that out. If anything can go wrong, it will go wrong here. That could fly off, but I hope it doesn't. See, well, it's a little lot around. Now what I do, what I would have done, if this was the first one, I would have turned this down to 2 inch in diameter. You know when you guys make pens, you get a pen bushing set? Okay, I don't want to have this pepper mill against the chuck here because I'll hit the chuck with my tool. So I make a spacer washer. On my drawing that I showed you a couple times now, the pepper mill's 2 inches wide at top. So if I turn this spacer 5/16 wide by 2 inches in diameter and put it on there, I have one of those bushings like you have for pins, and when I turn it down to that, I know that's 2 inches. So that's one I don't have to measure. Here it is. I made it from that pepper mill right there. You put that on there. Put this in here. Now we flipped it end for end again. This is the top. By my way of doing things and force of habit, I always have the bottom on this end. I guess I could do it the other way, but I don't. It's the way I've always done it. So I think it's a good idea, but if you ask me why, it's because I always do it that way. But I think it's the right way. Still. So we're getting to be a pepper mill now. So here's my story stick again. I got the 2 5/8 here, 1 5/8, 2 3/8, 1 3/8, and 2, and that's 2. So I don't have to measure that. There, like that. And I put a little hook on the end there, and there's the top of the pepper mill. So you can look at your drawing. Take your parting tool and do a little cutting and check it with your verniers and do it that way. set it each time to what you want it. That takes a lot of time. So then I got this stuff, which is some kind of hardboard. I got it from a gasket place in Toronto. And they used it. You got, well, we're all pretty old. When you rebuilt the carburetor, they had those gauges for setting the float. That's this stuff. Anyhow, so I made a go, no-go gauge. So when I turn it down to the bottom here, which is 2 5/8, well, there you go. See, it's too small already. That I turn it down till that just fits, okay? This same thing happened in Peterborough, right? But those ones are right on, so. And they're okay, but they wear out. So I made mine out of 18 gauge galvanized. You could probably make them out of stuff like countertop material, arborite, you know, or something like that. Or you can use the verniers. Honestly, I used the verniers for about a year. And I knew about the gauges. And one Sunday morning I thought, okay, I'll go and make them. And so I did. In my other life, I'm a sheet metal worker. So the 2 and 5, and I numbered them all. And that's, I stole the board from down there. I don't know if it's one of yours. So number 5, well, that's the other way around. Number 1, which is this one, is too big. We'll ignore that one. We already did it. Screwed up. This one is 1 5/8, so we'll turn that one in. Quite a bit. With that wandering drill bit, it's possible I've screwed this thing out totally. But we'll see. If I did, I got some over there. We'll turn one anyhow. Okay. That was slightly small too because I talked too much. This is going to be tight. I promise. You start with the back leg and then bring the front leg on. There. And the next one, we'll see. This is 1 3/8. There's a 1. Here it is. There's a 1 3/8 hole there where I pointed. I stabbed it with the parting tool. Why would it do that?